All right, so now you and I are going to be moving on to Sun Traitors with the EP Dark Matter. It's 5 tracks for 90 minutes, the debut EP from the Melbourne band, released November 2020 via Headstone Records, which I believe is label mates with you, if I'm correct, on Either Them Orange.
Yes, that is correct.
Cool. Produced by Dave Warner, same as you, I believe, too.
Yeah, same as the new Orange album.
Yeah, cool. This one comes after some singles, and Brendan mentioned these guys in the top 10s of 2020 as well. So we figured we'd get around to doing it. Brendan wasn't able to join us for this one, but we do have you, and I'm pretty sure you'll have some nice things to say, unless I'm way off the mark. Over to you.
Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of time for these guys.
Mm. So what do you think of it?
Look, I think this is proof that you can do Australian style hard rock in 2021 and have it sound fresh and new.
Yeah, that's
because they are, there's just one foot firmly in that, very Australian, for lack of a better term, pub rock style.
Yeah,
but there is also something very modern about it in terms of, the way it's recorded, the way it swings, the way it builds up. Even like a lot of the style of the riffing and the guitar tone is very much in that sort of modern hard rock sound.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, that sort of style and the way they play is very rooted in that older style. And it's a really wonderful meshing of the two things together. Very much, very much guitar and drums based as well.
Yes.
That really drives forward, and the vocals are more or less there to. They're not going to be soaring away, but they're more or less there to portray a little bit of storytelling and a little bit of melody. But most of the
something to sing along to in the pub.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Most of the musical chops are in the guitars and the drums, and it all blends and meshes together very well. I think. Also, as an EP goes, it's very well put together because there's so many ways to approach doing an EP. And I think, these guys, and I mean, it's only 5 tracks, but I think it only needed to be 5 tracks to be a proper showcase of, what they're about. I think you can listen to this and have a pretty good idea of what they're going to do.
And it flowed well too. Like they put the softest, just the right moment on there.
Exactly. So, I mean, all in all, I've got no complaints about this very well. I think In Your Name is my highlight.
Cool.
I actually think, again, to flog the dead horse, there was radio stations playing and stuff. It'd be on there. So if you're a fan of the hard rock show, you like just hard rock in general, again, check it out because you'll probably like it. Yeah, 8 out of 10. I think it's a really good EP.
Yeah. Now, we played a few clips of theirs on the show, and they've always seemed to go okay. So this was actually, one of those ones we missed out on last year because just time. If there's eventually a deadline, it's like, okay, that's it's cutoff point. But we do have a little bit of catch up time in sort of January through to like the first couple of weeks of Feb to sort of get a few things out of the way that we didn't get done. And there's one of those ones I was keen to check out. It's like that up tempo gritty rock that you were talking about. There's some good hooks in there, but the riffs are the really infectious part of this. That riff and the rhythm side of it is what really does drive this, like you were saying. It's all about the energy. It's a short, sharp, sort of punchy kind of listen. But I like the mix on this one. I thought the mix was really cool. They rounded it off just enough but kept the grit in there too, which was really nice to hear it done that way. They just took the burrs out of it. Just took the burrs off. And
it's a very live feel, but like a very just polished enough.
Well, this is a band I'd like to see live on the back of the EP because you get the impression that this is what they sound like. There's no...
Yeah, well, they to be fair, they do.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
I don't mind an album that gives you an honest representation, or an EP in this case. I don't mind an album that gives you an honest representation. That's a good thing.
Especially when you can play.
Well, that's it, and they can. They're a 4-piece or a 3-piece?
Three-piece.
That fucking big sound for a 3-piece. So
yeah,
they've got it. I haven't seen these guys live, but I reckon these guys playing with Fight the Sun would be a really cool gig.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
That'd be a really cool gig.
I better double check the 3-piece thing though.
Well, you did that. I'm pretty sure it is a 3-piece, but wasn't 100%. So I went 4-piece at first. I thought the tones worked well. They didn't lose the feel on this one. Sonically, it soldered together really nicely. And it's got that spoken, semi-spoken sort of style in the lyrics and the vocals, which works well with this sort of stuff too. It's that sort of stuff that with the gang vocals that are, going to get the crowd going. But at the same time, there was some really nice harmony work on this, which was really well done and caught me by surprise.
Just at the right time too.
Yeah, exactly.
Just when they needed it.
Yeah, it was all used really, really well in that regard. It's catchy enough to get stuck in your head, but it also will really thrive in the pub setting, which is what this one wants to do. And it's a sneaky little EP that, is very easy to repeat spin. I could listen to this comfortably. It flew by time, and there was just enough tempo shifts, and even on repeat spins, the gear change is done just the right way. No huge departures, but just enough sort of dynamics there to sort of make it not get stale, which is very, very, it's well done and hard to do, especially when you repeat spin like we do here. It's all about riffs and rhythm on this one, but it's a really good hard rock EP that gets the juices flowing for mine. Did you double check? Is it a 3-piece?
Nope.
Are you there? Right? Okay, you're back.
Oh, sorry, you just froze for a second.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I was just asking if it was a 3-piece or...
Yeah, 3-piece.
Okay, cool. So that was confirmed. All right, cool. We got that in the end. Look, I think this is very, very cool. Very well done. Nothing groundbreaking, but it doesn't need to be. Like you said at the very start, you can do the old stuff and still make it sound very fresh, and there's still plenty of room for that to happen today as far as I'm concerned. And I like how I've done a few videos for this too. Very, very smart in that regard. 8 out of 10 from me as well. I picked Kaleidoscope Blues and Mistrust as my standouts.
Cool.
Cool.